All of us catch hell, we're all in the same bag, in the same boat. We suffer political oppression, economic exploitation. The government has failed us. You can't deny that. And you walking around here singing, this is part of what's wrong with you. You do too much singing. Today it's time to stop singing and start swinging.
Your own decisions, or do you follow trends? Form your own opinions, or have you been convinced? Have you been conditioned by society, radio, television, deciding on how you live and how you spend the money that you getting, and how you choose your friends, depending on if they fit in and conform like the rest? Man, that ain't really living. We trapped in this rapid consumerism, like that is the new religion that we in. And I think you have to see these companies control you. We dressing like the magazines say that we supposed to. Have to have the things and possessions to be seen and get attention by the people that we supposed to be close to. Look at what we go through. Credit card debt to convince everybody that we met that we so cool. They put their name on your tag and that brand on your chest. You can bet that they think that they own you. Don't follow our own rules, doing what the television tells us, yelling what they sell, plus tell us to be selfish, not thinking for ourselves, thus help us to be helpless. So when the month is over, you gon' wonder where your wealth was. How the hell was we put in this hypnosis? Now we just consumers for the rulers that provoked us to work jobs we don't want, to buy shit we don't need with money we don't have, just to keep up with the Joneses. We lost who we are, admire goofy stars, not the people doing jobs, just affecting our society and how our schools evolve. TV is all housewives and rappers with the newest cars. I'm sick of you niggas rapping about how cool you are, all your groupie women and how big they tits and booties are. It must be nice, but the hood ain't living like movie stars, trying to feed our children, teach them, keep their heads up to the stars. You ain't really getting that cash and floss, and knowing you soft as a batch of Baskin Robbins. Your ghetto pass won't get you gas in Harlem. How can you rap about ass and margins when half of the planet's inhabited star, but no living past the margin of poverty? It's too bizarre. You are all straight lying to the kids, providing them with images of what this life ain't really is, when in reality you was just hired to convince acquiring the chicks and cars is what life is really meant. I'm tired of this shit, I'm about to pass out, scared to have a daughter when I ain't witnessing chicks with they ass out. Guess I'm throwing stones at my glass house. If you trying to fit in, you'll never stand out.
Do you like hip-hop?
Of course. But I have to admit that, I honestly, I love the art of hip-hop. I don't always love the message of hip-hop. There are times where, there's a message that is not only sometimes degrading to women, not only uses the N-word a little too frequently, but also something I'm really concerned about is always talking about material things. Always talking about how I can get something. how I've got more money, more cars, more. I think the potential for them to deliver a message of extraordinary power that gets people thinking. I mean, the thing about hip hop today is it's smart. I mean, it's insightful. And they, the way that they can communicate a complex message in a very short space is remarkable. And a lot of these kids, they're not going to be reading the New York Times.
Right.
That's not how they're getting their information. So the question then is, what's the content? What's the message? I understand folks want to be rooted in the community, they want to be down, but what I always say is that hip-hop is not just a mirror of what is. It should also be a reflection of what can be. And a lot of times folks say, well, I want to keep it real and I want to be down. And then we're just trapped in, what is. The question is, imagine something different. Imagine communities that aren't torn up by violence. Imagine communities that where we're respecting our women. Imagine communities where knowledge and reading and academic excellence are valued. Imagine communities where fathers are doing right by their kids. That's also something that has to be reflected. Art can't just be a rear view mirror.
Right.
It should have a headlight out there.